Alright, another what if, and this will be the last one I do for a while. I did this back in December of last year, earlier when my channel first came out. And you guys gave me a lot of views for it, so I'll pretty much do a remake. And Israel still thinks he'll fight John Jones. John Jones laughed at that idea back when he lost to Blachowicz back in March. Look, we can all argue and admit that Izzy did not take that fight right. Look, Izzy did not look like himself in that fight, and and I believe when he said it. You know, I'm not really big on fighters making excuses, but I think he was legit about saying, look, I didn't put on the weight. I basically handled the weight like I would as a middleweight without cutting weight. So he went in there a lot smaller than Blachowicz. And I can respect how Izzy, I know he's cocky, he's arrogant, but I can also respect the fact when he got beat, he said, hey man, I got beat, it is what it is. You know, he didn't exactly make excuses, so I can respect that about him. I also do know that Izzy's a much better fighter than that. He can still beat John Jones. Think about it. Izzy's still getting better as a fighter. Every fight I've seen him, he's better at takedown defense. His striking's still crisp. It might be getting crisper every fight. He's a smart fighter. He's got good IQ. He knows how to avoid damage and basically avoid the tornado, which would be Yoel Romero, Paulo Costa if he needs to. So I think he's getting better to the point where he could compete or beat John Jones. I think he could beat John Jones. See, John Jones' last few fights have not been very impressive. He beat Anthony Smith, but Anthony Smith has not had a title fight since then. And the reason is he can't win the big fights. Sorry, I like Anthony Smith, but that's just what it is. He fought Thiago Santos. Thiago, same thing. He can't win fights anymore since that fight 2-3 years ago. And he almost lost. He should have lost to him, in my opinion. It was a split decision. That's not even getting to the Dominic Reyes fight. Dominic's been knocked out twice since then. He's lost 3 fights since, you know, including John Jones. And I think that fight went the other way. It just didn't go his way. You know, and John Jones, you know, I just don't think that's a fight that would happen right now, just because John Jones is putting all this time and effort into heavyweight. You know, I don't think he's interested in going back to light heavyweight at this moment. But I do think that is still a possible fight. I'm not saying John Jones would not take the fight. It's a money fight, that's for sure. I think it's a great fight. I think Jones can beat Izzy, obviously, but Israel certainly has a chance if he keeps this fight standing. I don't think John Jones is better at standing up than Izzy is, but his wrestling is a lot better than Izzy is and whoever Izzy has fought to this point. So, you know, Blachowicz wasn't much of a wrestler. He's more of a stand-up guy with that legendary Polish power he talks about, but he was throwing Izzy down pretty easily. So you imagine what John Jones could do. But again, every fight's different, so if he kept this fight on the feet, you know, Izzy with that kickboxing can hit you, and, you know, finish the fight, so anything can happen. But certainly Israel has the talent and the skill set and the smarts to beat John Jones like anybody else. That's just how I feel.